Well, while we're waiting around for the silver graphs and silver charts to go up like these tailpipes on this bike, there's going to be a lot of different factors that are actually going to make that happen. But I always said the two big factors are actually budget fights over, debt ceiling and all that type of stuff, and war, major war in the Middle East if they blow up, refineries, the pipelines, and anything else. If you don't even have to close down any kind of channels or the Straits of Hormuz or anything like that, that'll make silver go up just like these tailpipes, and these will be gold and silver in a race for the stratosphere. So and oil will go up. That's why you'll be riding a Harley or whatever the hell else you're going to be riding. So in the USA, we ride everything. So this is Shovelhead. So it's an American girl. She's got her helmet on with her bikini, of course, or whatever the hell she's wearing, short shorts, and her American flag. Quite the thing, and you always wear a helmet due to hard headboards. So but I was looking at some of the charts, and Bloomberg's site, they now don't show the global PMI and a lot of other things, man. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I guess you could find the information. They got the Chinese and European information, but I can't find the global. It's actually, the link is dead. They don't have that information anymore for some damn reason. But it looks like manufacturing's down and all that type of stuff. Now, I know silver and gold and all this kind of garbage, the markets will drive you crazy if you look at them every day. Oil is taking a dump right now. That's possibly because of Libya. A lot of people don't hear about Libya, but they had labor strikes in Libya, right? They had labor strikes in Libya. It's not only the tensions in Egypt and Syria. It actually has to do with Libya. They had labor strikes, so I think they resolved that, and that's also been influencing the price of crude oil. But as I mentioned before, and I'm actually going to provide a link to another earlier video I did. I just showed a snippet of information that basically said, how oil is related to operating expenses. It's not like the depreciation of capitalized assets and all this type of stuff, but when you go bare bones, you still have to pay for diesel fuel. So I'm going to link something on this video where you can take a look at that, and basically look at it from minute and a half on, and it goes into some details. It's a basic principle. Any miner will tell you this stuff. Mining is energy intensive. If oil goes up to $150 to $200 a barrel, you think they're losing money now? Freaking forget about it. They'll really be losing money. So 3 big questions for the future. Will it be Janet Yellen or Larry Summers? I'm actually hoping it's Janet Yellen, because Larry Summers is the jerk that was responsible for a lot of stuff that actually led to this. He used to be the U.S. Treasury Secretary, former U.S. Treasury Secretary Larry Summers. He was involved with the Clinton administration, a lot of garbage that basically set things up for the current economic crisis and the crisis of 2008, 2009. I wouldn't want that guy for nothing. Janet Yellen, she's more dovish than Bernanke. People confuse those terms, dovish and hawkish. Dovish means you like QE. You don't care too much about the inflation. You just want to get the economy rolling. And she's more dovish than Ben, so that's good for the metals. Big question in September, will they taper QE? They got the rumor now that they will, but I don't know. Who the hell knows? I mean, these guys are freaking game players with the cards, because they say one thing and they do another thing, because they're playing the markets that way. The markets aren't going to go to the stratosphere. Like silver go to the stratosphere if the American system totally falls apart. American system totally falls apart. I mean, totally falls apart. Crap, we're going to have problems even just with YouTube. So I mean, just hope it don't happen, right? So I mean, you're not going to have information, the infrastructure. I mean, it's going to be really doom and gloom. So let's hope it don't do that. And if it doesn't do that, you're not going to see the insane type of gains that some of these people are talking about. I think silver eventually go to 150 or so, and if America really gets clobbered, it'll go higher. But I'd rather not America get clobbered. So anyway, the third thing is budget cuts. Will they keep raising the debt ceiling, and to how high? Budget cuts, I don't think they're going to come about. I think they're going to be like one of these deals like they talk about. We're going to do future budget cuts. We're going to do them in the future. We're not going to do it right now. It'll be scheduled for 10 years from now. This is what we will save over the next 10 years. The same old bullshit like they always do, right? It's a game. Yeah, we've been working on it. Yeah, they've been working on it. So, will they keep raising the debt ceiling? Undoubtedly. We'll stop it next year. Sure. They're going to keep playing this game. That's why I think the currency is going to have problems, but will it go to oblivion? Nah, I doubt it. So anyway, stick with your bikes. And the other thing is silver's not going to go up like this. It's going to probably go up like the pipe over here on the side by her ankle. It's going to go up like that, but it's going to go very erratic. It's going to start creeping up, I think so. And, it's a dangerous, volatile type metal. I mean, it's like riding this BSA like this, and these are cool bikes too. Double thumpers, Triumphs and BSAs are cool bikes. I like the way they sound. And these things, you got a cool ass bike here. You can ride in the dirt, you can ride it on the road. It does a little bit of everything. But basically, when you invest in silver, it's a good depiction. It's like the way this girl is riding on a bike. It's been known as a volatile metal. I know it's manipulated, but it's been manipulated, right? So you figure this is the game. It's volatile just by the markets, plus it's volatile by manipulation. So when you invest in, I think it's pretty safe to invest in it now. I don't know. Some people say it's going to go to 10, 12, 15, 8. I don't know. I don't think it can because the oil prices. And that's why I'm going to link up to this other video, and I forgot exactly what I said in it. And the information I showed in this video was like 1% of the stuff that was out there. I mean, I had tons and tons of spreadsheets. These guys knew their mining crap. I mean, these were like the best in the business. And I don't even want to mention some of the names, man, because it was people from New York, and it was business guys. They were trying to get. There's also an Italian guy and a Jewish guy in New York, and they're trying to get this Jewish guys over from Israel to invest in this. I'm kind of glad they didn't, because they'd be extremely mad right now. Oh, they would have been happy if they did this back several years ago, but since the market turned back, they would have been highly pissed investing in this kind of shit. So I'm glad it didn't work out anyway. But these guys know their stuff. So like, and they know what, and I'm talking about, if you go bare bones on the mining, it's a lot of it is energy. There's no bullshit about it. No bullshit about it. You just look anywhere about any miner anywhere. South Africa, one of the guys was South African, that was involved in this. I shouldn't be revealing all this shit, but I'm not saying any names. He knows stuff, and you ask anybody in the mining. So I mean, that's why I say to $8-10 a barrel. And I don't know if it can go there, but they're really going to be losing money, man. I mean, bad. I mean, I don't even think they're going to provide it to the market. They'll just freaking wait. I mean, why would you make something that's going to cost you that much more in fuel? So, that's why I think right now you might be relatively safe. Like this girl thinks she's relatively safe sitting on his bike because she probably got it figured out. It's like, some of the silver bloggers think they got it all figured out, except they're kind of standing on the seat with one toe and all that type of junk. But it's going to be a major feat to get the U.S. dollar and economy out of the freaking doldrums, despite what they're saying. And there's old Ben Bernanke trying to jump the canyon over here. So, he's doing an okay job, to tell you the truth. So, Janet Yellen, she might hit the gas even harder. And she'll start out on a bigger ramp. She'll start out with a lighter bike with more power, with more QE. She'll put some nitro in that. Just hope the engine don't blow up when she tries to make this big jump. So, I don't know. I mean, it could happen. It could happen. So, let's hope silver does go up like these smokestacks on this bike. But it probably ain't, It's probably, I think it's going to go up almost like these smokestacks on his bike if there is a problem in the Middle East that's really severe. Like I said, the oil and silver connection in gold, well, it's actually oil and gold, but if oil goes to $150 to $200 a barrel, you're not going to see silver like go down. It's going to go way up. It should be past 50 then. It won't maybe like say oil goes to 150, silver goes past 50 right then, but it may not that far thereafter that, some months thereafter that. But I don't know when this junk's going to happen, because even Netanyahu and Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu, don't even know what's going to happen. Actually, if I had a personal interview, say it was like a really, in a loop guy like Lindsey Williams or something. I'm joking here, right? And I went there on my Harley like this chick with my American flag and says, "Hey, Prime Minister Netanyahu, I got some questions off the books, off the cuff, and I don't want you to, reveal anything too much, but do you think you're going to go to war with Iran?" And this was back in 2012. He probably would have told me honestly, in his real opinion, yes. But it didn't happen that way, because nobody freaking knows. So if that happens, if there's a major conflict in the Middle East, oil's going way the hell up. And when you look at this stuff, oil's going to be way up there. And then a little bit later, gold will go up pretty much even with oil. I think there'll be a harder correlation. But watch silver. Wham. And actually it'll be palladium and platinum too. Any one of these three, basically like betting on, I think palladium, well, I got about as much palladium as silver in dollars, probably more in dollars now because of the way it went, but I think palladium's going to do freaking better than gold. So that's my opinion. You don't have to do the same thing I do, but I got my reasons for that, and I got other videos on it. If you want to take a look, just look at the Palladium playlist or whatever the hell it is. It's the same old crap. I can't give you daily news on palladium, so I don't do a lot of videos on it. Can I give you a daily rundown of what's going on in palladium? I could probably say, the Russians are freaking rigging the supply. How am I going to know that shit? How am I going to know that? If I knew that, I'd be making all kinds of money in another way, so I would never say what it was. But I wouldn't know that, I just know. But if you want to take a look at that palladium playlist, it pretty much has all the stuff down there, why it's going to go up. I think palladium is probably going to get closer to these tailpipes in a chart. I think palladium is probably going to take off like this at one point in time. Not quite, but pretty damn close. And the lady will be pretty happy about this shit, because she'll probably be spending it faster than the freaking, not anybody I know, because I'm aware of that kind of shit. But if you guys hooked up with the, whatever, she'll be spending it faster than this, so you never say what the hell you got. That's another words of wisdom for the financial community out there. Never say what you got or how much money you're making. "Oh, I made money, dear. Oh, let's spend it." So that would kill down the profits if the chart was going up like these tailpipes. So anyway, just hang on. The freaking three factors out there right now is this: will it be Janet Yellen or Larry Summers? I personally don't want Larry Summers in there at all. I think it's going to be Janet Yellen, because she'd be the first woman. And, everybody says, "Oh, it's because she's Jewish." She's probably okay, man. She probably really is okay. Don't get on, people get on uptight with this Jewish stuff. If it was like, pastor this and pastor that was rabbi this and rabbi that, you wouldn't have, and it's some, I don't want to talk about that shit, but, I use common sense, man. I don't know. And considering these, I'm going to throw this here on the end. Considering these so-called Christians ain't so freaking so cool. I'm serious, man. Jesus was, but these so-called Christians aren't so cool. A lot of them aren't. I tend to think, the Jews are probably right. We never got the freaking Messiah or the Savior yet. Because if we did, a lot of these Christians would be better people. So I don't think they're probably not wrong. So I'm okay with them. And it says, well, so Janet Yellen, she's gonna be a good lady. She's gonna do the high jump. She's gonna be doing this, not that, this other thing. Off of here, she's gonna be taking a high-powered QE motorcycle, do the big freaking fiscal cliff jump. Just like a fiscal cliff comes up, Janet Yellen's gonna be on that bike, man, and she's gonna be flying, baby, what nitro, so she can be over the other side. So I don't know. That's the deal with that. So and then will they taper QE? If they do this, I think it's gonna be very temporary. I wish I knew what Ben Bernanke was gonna say, man. God, man. It'd be really cool. And you can't lose with that guy, What are you going to say, Ben? I'm going to taper QE. Good. I'm going to short everything, And he's got his buddies out there, I'm sure. But anyway, probably like, Cohen, the guy that's being investigated. Anyway, budget cuts? Doubt it. There's going to be future budget cuts. They're going to spend the freaking government into oblivion. And will they keep raising the debt ceiling? Yeah, they will. That I can figure they will. How high? I don't know. Till everything blows up. That's what I think. So, anyway, just hang on. This is Silver. You know, you're just like this chick on this motorcycle here. You know, I said chick, whatever. You know, sexist, who gives a shit? I mean, she's a chick, man. She's pretty hot. She's got her freaking army boots on, her helmet, and all this kind of crap, and her safety eye protection, so she's pretty safe. You know, you're gonna be like this with Silver. I mean, you don't know, man. I mean, if you hit a speed bump, you better watch out to be ready to put both hands on there, you know? So, that's just how the animal is. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Bye.